Hello, welcome back to I Love Stuff. My name's Dan. I'm in sunny San Diego in Mission Bay. Today I'm going to be cooking breakfast. I'm going to be making buttermilk pancakes, blueberry lemon pancakes, bacon, and I'm going to be making some green onion potatoes, my world famous green onion potatoes. You guys will like these. Let's get started. I got some Oscar Mayer bacon already got laid out on the skillet here. I'm not using my regular induction convection stoves. I'm using this large electric griddle, if you will, because it's easier to deal with, especially with bacon, because it has a grease trap. Anyhow, I like to use Oscar Mayer bacon, this naturally hardwood smoked one, center cut if I can, and this just cooks well, it tastes good. I don't know why there's a difference in bacon, but there seems to be to me. So anyhow, while this is getting warmed up and going, you can already hear it starting to heat up. Kind of consolidate this and see if I can get some more bacon down on here. And once this gets started, I'm going to start mixing up some pancake batter. Since I am going to be working with blueberries, there's one thing I'm going to recommend if you're going to try this. Mix in the blueberries at the very end of your mix, because my experience with blueberries, they can pop and they can make things really dark, and I think that'll make for a really funky color pancakes. I want to be kind of gentle with them. I'm going to be doing a zesting, as they say, with the skin into the mix. Squeeze a little bit of juice into my batter just to also help that out a little bit. You know, I was thinking is like, if you do try out something that I make, put something in the comments. Tell me how it worked out for you. I'm kind of curious. It's always nice to read those. Hopefully y'all just saw my pizza one I did. And before that was the corn dogs. Now this is my favorite. I love this brand. I've been using it since I was a little kid. I'm gonna go 2 cups of this. Then you add water. Now, when you're mixing this, you can use a whisk if you want to. You guys have probably heard me say in other episodes, I like to mix a lot of things with a fork because you can really check the consistency a little bit better. Whatever you like. But the rule to having not over fluffy pancakes is there's a certain speed. It should just fall through the blades or the I don't know, the teeth of the fork or whatever you want to call them. Damn, that bacon smells good. There's not really a set amount of water you're going to add until you get that fallout consistency that you're going for. Oh, and then I'm going to fry some eggs. I love fried eggs as well. I got pretty darn lucky on that. Now, since I'm going to be doing adding a blueberry, which is about so thick, I do want it to allow it to fluff a little bit more than I normally do. So I'm going to go with a slightly thicker batter, and it's almost there. But I'm going to want to make more pancakes, so I'm going to add a little bit more, probably another half cup of this, and so add a little bit more water. So I am hungry. Pancakes are kind of fun. They're almost like pizza. You can add almost anything you want to them. I was going to add chocolate chips to this too, but one I forgot to. When you mix syrup with it, that's a bit over the top, but whatever you like, do it. Happy Mother's Day to you mothers out there. Today's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Hope you're watching. Love you. All right. Got one accelerated cooking piece of bacon there. Put these last 3 pieces on. And I can. Trash. Also, if there's anything you guys feel that you might want to see me try to cook, let me know. If you want to message me, you can find me on Instagram, DG2, and you can get a hold of me that way, or you can find me by just putting something in the comments. And I'll try to do my best to take what your make your idea come to life and maybe add a twist to it. Like today, I was just going to make pancakes, but I'm like, yeah, let's make something special. I like to let mine drain on paper. Interesting, these seem to be cooking more on the outers. Let's turn them. Thank you. Nothing like getting comments on stuff that you spent a lot of time putting together. Nice comments are so nice. Alright, soon I will, well, while that's going, I'm going to start peeling me some potato. Okay. Back in there. Okay, these guys are about done too. Let's make sure it's good. See how fast it falls? It's pretty good. I'm gonna take a risk and go on the thinner side. Might add a little bit more batter after I put the lemon juice and zestine and berries in there. So I'm gonna do it in this order. So I cooked the bacon first. So it's cooked. I'm going to use the some of the grease of the bacon, leave it on the pan, and then I'm going to do the potatoes next because that part's going to take longer. So what I'm going to do with the potatoes, I'm going to basically use a grater, grate the potatoes. I'm going to crack an egg into it, mix it all together, chop up some bunch of green onions, put it all up through there. I love green onions. They taste good. They smell good. And I'm going to basically make patties out of them. And usually you can get a couple patties out of one potato. So I got 2 potatoes, see how it feels. Maybe make some extras, take them home. All right, bacon's all nice and crispy. So I'm gonna turn this off for the moment. Okay, so my bowl, I'm gonna use the square Pyrex to do my potatoes in. I don't know, I might have just used one because that's a lot. All right. Next up, so green onions are great for many reasons. But one, flavor. They're not over oniony, but they provide such a great color. I mean, look at this. It's just going to look pretty. A little bit more in it. I'll wrap on the onions and then add the egg. All right. Take an egg. Crack it in there. So I'm using the egg as a binder to keep everything together, because otherwise it's going to fall apart. All right. I think I'm going to make, for cooking purposes, I'm going to make 3. Or maybe I'll make 4 small ones. Let's try it. Let's get this thing fired up nice and hot in this case. Okay, so here comes the first. Yeah, let's do 4. First one. I add to them as I go. I want to use a lot of pressure so that way they can stick together. Don't go up too much on that one. Need nice spatula. 3. We'll do 4. Basically, you're just going to fry it till it's nice and brown or to your liking. Since you're dealing with egg and potatoes, it's probably healthier to make sure that you cook them all the way. Just separate these as best as I can. Oh my god, it smells so good. Alright, I'm going to let those cook. So, alright, well, while that's going, let's move on to a pretty fast meal today. Some of these things I cook for you guys take me a lot longer. Send all the way up. Okay, I'm going to make sure that these are washed, and that has already happened. Some of the zest. You're taking off enough of the yellow of the lemon where you just begin to see the white. You don't really want to see the white because then it's not as good. Now the skin of a lemon has more lemon than the lemon itself inside. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but it does. I feel like a lot of people are here with their mothers today. It's very nice. I like a lot of lemon flavor, so I'm going to strip this whole thing down on one whole lemon. I'm going to mix that in. Oh, it smells so good. You know what? I think I'm going to do a little bit more from another lemon because this one's pretty much stripped down. Cut this one open. You got seeds, be careful you don't want to have a seed in your... Put a little lemon juice, not much. So when I'm looking at these hash browns over here cooking, I'm looking at the bottoms of them browning, so they look about ready to have me flip them. So between the bacon grease that's in there is helping the frying happen, and then that'll help with bind it, as well as the egg itself that we used earlier. So let's start with this first one here. Oh yeah, held together, look at that. Next one, held together, look at that. Look at that. And look at that. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to add the blueberries to here. And then remember, you want to add these last, because as you're stirring things, you don't want to pop the blueberries. And remember, I got to stir really slow because I don't want to break the blueberry and change the color of the batter. That would not be ideal. Oh yeah, all right, that thickened it up a little bit more. The reason why I'm doing this is because the blueberry's so thick, and then if you got big old bulky blueberries sticking out of a skinny pancake, that might be a bit weird. So I'm just increasing my, and then trying to stir very, very ever slowly without trying to pop the blueberries. I can smell the lemon in there. Be a heavily blueberried pancake. I would imagine I should probably be able to do 4 big blueberry pancakes. These hash browns look amazing. They're almost done. Bacon's done. Okay. These off. Put them away. It's time for me to eat. So now I'm going to turn it down to about 300 because I don't want them to burn. Again, I'm stirring them up real slow. And we're going to do 2 at a time in this case. So we're going to go 1. Not many blueberries in that one. 2. Let them cook. You're going to wait for bubbles to form when you make pancakes. You're going to see little bubbles form with like a clear bubble on them. When all the bubbles pop, the rule of thumb is that's when you're supposed to flip them. Also, the very special trick to making pancakes is you really want to butter them right when they come off. I think the best thing about pancakes is the maple syrup and the butter. Somebody showed me a trick, and they actually melt their butter and heat up their syrup, and they infuse the 2 together first. It's another way of doing it. But as I'm waiting for, let me use this plate. As I'm waiting for all the other ones to cook, I just basically take them off and add butter on each removal until the next one's done, and so on until they're all buttered, and then serve them. That's the way I've always done them. If you have a different way of doing it, let me know. Put them in the comments. I'd love to read about it. Oh, I can smell the lemon in there. Lemon in the air, lots of loving everywhere, so give me a bite. See the bubbles? When they all look like the big ones have popped, and they have a hole like that, like a crater. It's usually safe enough you can flip the pancake over. Well, we did good so far. We didn't bust any blueberries. See, well, one's ruptured on its own from cooking, it looks like. I see a little color. Funny when you mess with like stuff like this, you're like really tempted sometimes, so you want to add like sugar to it, like as if you're making like a pastry, but there's no reason to, because you're using syrup. Now the other way to tell when this side's done, now these are a little bit cooked more than I wanted, but Now I know, yeah, that one ruptured. You can see it leaking. That one's leaking. So they're starting to pop. Means the blueberries are cooked. Is there steam that comes up and usually stops, but since we cooked it so long the first time, we're probably not gonna see much for steam. So I'm gonna probably just give it about another 10 seconds because all the blueberries have now ruptured into the pancake on their own. That's good. Oh, they smell amazing. All right, I think I'm gonna take these ones off and butter them. Start with this guy. So we take that, basically just take a big old chunk of butter, throw it on there. Take the other pancake, take that off, throw that one on top of that one, melt that butter. Do the same process over and over again. Sometimes the bigger the pancake, you might want to add more. I'm going to add a little bit more on this one, just to be a little bit more. Now 2 more. It looks so good, so good. Oh, sneaky little butter trying to get away like that. We need to get all over. You know it's good for you, Mr. Butter. Look at that. All right, since we saw that the first one was a little bit darker than I would traditionally like, I like a light tan color on my pancakes. So I'm gonna go with the first full inch of cooking on the, because it's, for whatever reason, pancakes always cook from the outside and work their way in. This one's getting, see, like that's about 1 inch. It's almost there. Well, the other determining factor is whether or not you can get your spatula underneath. Oh yeah, I like that color. Look at that color. Perfect. That's the color you want, right there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. First one, remember what we're gonna do. We're gonna butter, butter, butter. And drop that one on and butter, butter, butter. Man, look at that blueberry. It just oozes from the top. All right, these should be the last ones, and then we're gonna, the last part of the breakfast, that would be the eggs. Last 2, I don't care how big they are, we're going for it. 1, 2, and there we go. These are gonna be huge. So again, we're gonna be using the skillet for the last thing. So the skillet did bacon, the skillet did the hash browns, the skillet did the pancakes. Now we're gonna do the eggs, call it a wrap, and get fat. Let's go. Happy Mother's Day. These are looking amazing. Oh, got some sneaky butter again, trying to take off. As you see, the bubbles are forming. The bubbles are gonna pop. I'm gonna go for, like I said, about a 1 inch perimeter of already popped bubbles. Will give us that same color we're going for right there. I wish you guys could be here to eat the food that I make, because I like to see people smile when I cook for them. That's why I started cooking. In the future, I'd like to invite people, because I always go to really beautiful places. I always make some really good food. I really tell some shitty jokes. I make great coffee, and sometimes I have beer. All right, so see, I'm getting that 1 inch perimeter starting to dry up a little bit, So now I'm gonna be getting the lift. Slide it around, break it free. Right around, break it free. Now these are a little bit bigger, so you gotta be really careful. So it looks thinner this way, so I'm gonna go into the center, bring it up, flip it over quick. Woo, got lucky. Okay, go in, go around, and go around, break it free. This 2 looks skinnier this way. It's the smaller ones, be easier. Boom. The color, if you guys want to see right now what these pancakes look like, I'm sure you can see them there, but this is what they look like. They're absolutely gorgeous. Here's the hash browns, the green onion hash browns, absolutely gorgeous. And then the bacon is bacon, and bacon's gorgeous. All right, this one's smaller. I'm gonna take this one off first, put it on. It's huge, huge, huge. And the last one. Ooh. Pancakes are done. Now, turn this thing down to about 250. Time to drop some butter down. Time to do some eggs. Butter's going down. Now this is a non-stick pan. You don't have to do that, but man, butter just adds to flavor. Some of you may disagree, and that's fine. We all do things our own way. I'm just showing you the way that I do it. All right, so some butter's already melted. I'm gonna go ahead and crack an egg and drop that on there. Again, I like mine over medium, so basically that means it we cooked on both sides, but the yolk still runs. when it's popped. And when I mean run, it doesn't run away. We'll turn it up just a little, 275. Spread this butter around. I like to add a lot of black pepper to mine when they're done. Hopefully you all like black pepper too. Look at those eggs, beautiful. Beautiful, starting to bubble a little bit. We're gonna turn it down, don't want no crispy ends. Well, these eggs are coming out absolutely gorgeous. I'm really happy with all the turnouts of all the food. Just, man, it's gonna be a beautiful breakfast. Okay. It's turned over. It's about 30 seconds. All right. First egg. Boom. Second egg. Boom. Oh, those are beautiful. It's 2 eggs. One. And last one. 2. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. So I want the thicker part right here to get a little bit wider, kind of like it is right there. A little bit more. Old technique my mom used to have me do is just brush bacon grease or hot butter to help speed up the top cooking. But if you can control your temp right with the right electric stoves, you can do it with gas too. You can get it just right. So like this one's starting to cook on that edge. This one's starting to cook on that edge. About another 20 seconds. These are ready to be flipped. There we go. Flip it. Flip it. All right, so I'm gonna do again like 30 seconds on this side because the other side was nearly perfect. I can already tell that one's ready to go. And flip her over. Boom, done. This one, flip it over, done.